Welcome into the Saturday morning edition of the Daily Juice Podcast. I'm your host, Matt Perrault, here on BettingPros.com. We're always being brought to you by BetMGM. You find this podcast on YouTube or wherever you get your audio podcasts. It's a Saturday. It's a college football Saturday. We are locked and loaded and ready to go here for a big Saturday. If you guys want to take the BetMGM offer, you should know it by now. You bet $10. You win $150. Available to new users. You can bet $10 on any event. You win $150 in credits regardless of the outcome when you use the promo code JUICE150. If you're ever wondering where it is or what it is, it's above me here on YouTube over my left shoulder, right shoulder. We're facing you guys for the offer. $10 to win $150 any event. Promo code JUICE150. Okay. Deep breath. Okay. Back-to-back losing days. Gonna happen, okay? That loss by UCF was tough. So I had a personal bet on a team total of over 37.5. That interception burned me because at worst, UCF would kick a field goal there and win the game and cash that 37.5 team total. The cover probably wasn't going to happen, but maybe they were going for a touchdown because they were throwing the football after they had a crazy interception of their own. And man, a pick six? We lose the game on a pick six? I mean, at least if they throw an interception, there's a chance the game goes to overtime. The game goes to overtime, well, pretty good chance I'm cashing that team total, and maybe we get a miracle and we cover the 6.5. So just look, as I've talked about before, we've had some pretty fortunate games. We're now 1-1 on UCF games, and you can say that it's payback for the game against Boise because we laid 4.5. They won by 5, and we just barely covered that 4.5-point line. So it comes back and bites us. Louisville was the right side, +7, money line Louisville. Congratulations if you bet that. Tip of the cap, good bet, bad bet by me. The baseball bet was just because. I hate betting baseball. The Blue Jays, the Blue Jays didn't just kill the two-leg money line parlay, they killed the parlay. Although at the time of taping, the Giants just gave up a 3-run home run in the top of the 9th inning. They were up 4-2. We had them on the run line. But the one thing we were going to do, like I've been talking about yesterday, we were going to fade and we were going to use the Giants game to hedge if we had hit the first 2 legs. And unfortunately, the first leg didn't hit. The second leg did because if a Big Ten football game is set at 61.5 again, bet the under. There's no need for a Big Ten football game to be set at 61.5. I should have bet the under anyway. If I wasn't so dreadful with totals last weekend, UCF over 67 was the play. And the Illinois and Maryland game under was the play. Unfortunately, I didn't bet either one. Hindsight's 20/20. Unfortunately, we don't get either one. So that's kind of a bummer here. So I've got a bunch of things to tell you about. I've got 2 UFC bets to give you here tonight. I am already really heavy with college football. I don't want to add too much, except I will say this. The Discord bet is at 11 a.m. on the Discord channel, bettingpros.com/chat, or the links underneath me here on YouTube. Discord bet, 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern time. Okay, we're all going to get together. I'm going to leave Alabama first half -9 to you guys. 7.5 was the opening number. It already's been bet to 9. So if you didn't bet it already, we're kind of snoozing here. But I'm going to give it to you guys. If you want it, you bet it 2 weeks ago with Miami, and that's how we cashed the last Discord bet. So I'm not telling you what to bet. I'm just going to leave that alone in case you guys want to bet it. And then maybe I'll trail it with you. Well, I will trail it with you if you pick it. But I'm going to leave that bet there. If you want it, it's available, okay? Discord bet, or go with something else. Stand on a table and go with something else. The number, by the way, was 7.5. It's now 9. So it's an 8-point win for Bama in the first half when we lose, okay? Just keep that in mind. Not impossible for that to happen. And 7-point win for Bama and we lose. So 9 points is a lot. Alabama's pretty good in the first half, but they got to be up by 2 scores on Florida. A touchdown and a field goal in the first half on Florida. So Discord bet, 11 a.m. Eastern. Then the Circa Million conversation. If you are a team member for the Daily Juice Circa Million team, reminder, you must be in the Discord channel coming up at 3 p.m. Eastern. Our picks are due at 5 p.m. Eastern time. Okay, the picks are due at 2 p.m. Pacific. So we've got to find 5 bets, 5 picks of the Circa Million stagnant lines. We went 2 and 3 last week. So let's bounce back. So we got Cold Brewster and D Nizzy and myself and Treebeard, and I'm forgetting the other 2 names. I apologize. Your handles will get to you guys tomorrow here during the Discord Million live chat to break down the 5 teams we're going to pick for the Circa Million. So that conversation will happen a couple of hours after the Discord bet conversation, also on Discord, bettingpros.com/chat for that. All right. I'll be watching games all day. I'll be having some fun. We already are on Cincinnati, -3.5. Penn State, -4.5. Arizona State, -3.5. Those are all 1 unit, full unit bets that we've got going on here for today, okay? I'm going to talk about the difference between a personal play and an official play here in just 1 second. But my concern is this. Road favorites, rather. Home dogs. Home dogs are playing really well. Illinois, it's currently 17-10. They were 7-point dogs at home to Maryland. They're about to win outright. Louisville, 7-point dogs at home to UCF. They won outright. I'm getting very concerned about the fact that I'm betting Cincinnati a road favorite and Arizona State a road favorite. Penn State is a home favorite at least. But, man, I hope these trends don't continue with the bets I have made over the weekend, or it's a crashing, coming down to earth big time for me. We're now, 15-6-1 with our bets in college football? I think that's right. But 3 bets going tomorrow. Yeah. Okay, so let me tell you something. Somebody yesterday on the Discord channel had a conversation or a question to me about personal plays versus official plays. And they said, what is going on? When you make official plays, why don't you tell everybody? Well, the reason why I don't tell everybody is because it's not my handicap. And a lot of times I get calls from people that tell me, hey, X, Y, and Z, they have a line, they have information, they have a beat on a game, whatever it might be. I interview people every day on my radio show. I have DMs from people everywhere, all right? They're all telling me different things. They're all talking to me about different things, and sometimes they give me plays that are good. So, like, for instance, I'm on Boise, -3.5 at home, taking on Oklahoma State today. It's not my handicap, okay? I'm not going to claim it's mine, okay? Sometimes they're mine, and sometimes they're not. Sometimes they're picks I like, but I don't like enough to make it official. Like I had the Red Sox team total yesterday at 5.5. Why? Because the Orioles stink, and the Red Sox scored a ton to run, and Chris Sale was pitching, and the Red Sox needed to win. And they did. I was on the team total for UCF, and they should have kicked that field goal to go over. I was on 37.5. And they would have scored 38. We would have won that. I would have won that team total, but it wasn't official. But I lost even more than just the 1 unit bet. I lost even more on that game. So it was not a good night for me at all last night. Thursday was bad. Friday was bad. Been a couple of rough days for me. So that's what happened. So in case you're ever curious as to what I'm doing, I bet things all the time that I don't tell you guys, just because, again, they're either for fun or they're games I think about. I live bet all the time. I live bet on, I make official live bets, but I also make live bets on games that if I try to get out of a game, if I think I've read a game wrong, I'll try to get out of it with a live wager that sometimes I just don't broadcast it. So just know that the podcast and the Discord channel, it's a way of me conversing with you guys and watching games with you guys and talking about plays that I like officially. But I've got other things going on throughout the day, throughout the week that never make it to the Discord channel, never make it to the Daily Juice podcast, just FYI. So, the official record, for instance, the don't bet a parlay, we don't keep track of that record, right? The Discord bet, we don't keep track of that record. Those are all just things we're doing on the podcast that don't factor in to the official record on the Daily Juice. So there's different things where there's different personal plays I make that don't affect the record of the Daily Juice. When I say official, then it goes on the official record of the Daily Juice. I know some of you are new and learning about all this, so that's the difference between personal play and official play, okay? So I've got 3 official plays going here for college football. Like I mentioned, Cincinnati -3.5, Penn State -4.5, and Arizona State -3.5. Small lines, 2 of them on the road, 1 of them are at home. Okay, so I want to bet some stuff here on the UFC. I want to put a couple of half-unit bets down on UFC Vegas 37, all right? Let's first talk about a 2-fight parlay. Now, you guys know I'm kind of a sucker for this, but Arman Tsarukyan is an absolute beast, okay? He's minus 770 at Circa Sports right now to win his fight over Christos Gallegos. Tsarukyan is an absolute mauler. And this guy is a quick rising star in the UFC in the lightweight division. He's 16-2. His fights all go the distance. His average fight time is 15 minutes, which is kind of crazy. But he is not the greatest striker, but he is an unbelievable wrestler, and he's a guy who will try to take you down 3 to 4 times, and when he gets on top of you, he just mauls you. He could stop this dude. 19-8, Christos Gallegos. He could stop him, but I don't think that really is. This guy just wants to win fights, okay? I think he wins. Money line, okay? Huge favorite. He could stop this guy, but I just don't see this dude losing, okay? I see him. He's won his last 3 fights. They're trying to build him back up. Arman Tsarukyan is a Russian fighter who I think is going to have a big career in the UFC, okay? So he's minus 770. He's a huge favorite. So who are we going to pair him with, right? That's what we have to look around because this guy's winning. So how do we figure it out? Where do we go, okay? Let's talk about Tony Gravely, who is a really interesting fighter. Gravely is 21-6. His average fight time is 11:40. In the 135-pound bantamweight division, Gravely's been on a 2-fight win streak, and he is somebody who the company could take a look at. He's minus, at some books, he's minus 220, minus 180, depending on where you're going to find him on the money line. But Nate Maines is a dude that he's 13-1. So a lot of people are saying, look out for the dog. And it's fighting, right? So you never know what's going to happen here. But I think Tony Gravely in this division, he's big for this division. And he's really strong for this division. Strikes landed per minute. 4 strikes landed per minute. That's up from 2.4 for his opponent. Striking accuracy, 54%. He's not that hittable, and Maines is hittable. 4.63 strikes absorbed per minute. That's not a good recipe when you're fighting Tony Gravely to absorb this dude's punches. Takedown average, Gravely, 6.11 average takedowns per 15 minutes, okay? Takedown accuracy, 54%. This dude wants to get on you and ground and pound you and hurt you. I like Gravely to win. You pair this up. Gravely and Tsarukyan, it's a minus 139 parlay at Circa Sports. Half a unit, we're going minus 139. Tsarukyan and Tony Gravely, both just to win their fights here. Moneyline parlay, 2-leg moneyline parlay for a half a unit. So what am I doing with the other half a unit? We're going to the main event. Anthony Lionheart Smith. I spent quite a bit of time in Omaha. There are 2 fighters from Omaha that I've covered extensively. 1, Bud Crawford. 2, Anthony Smith. I like this dude. I've always liked this guy. He is a veteran. Ryan Spain, his opponent. Now, Ryan Spain, this is his first 5-round fight, okay? 6 years ago he had one, but he really hasn't had one in the UFC. 19-6. Average fight time for Ryan Spain, 5 minutes and 28 seconds. You're going up against a veteran who knows how to keep himself away from trouble. I think Anthony Smith is going to take Ryan Spain into deep water, into the championship rounds, and I think he's going to drown him. Anthony Smith has got so many different weapons at his disposal. He's won 2 fights in a row. But look, Anthony Smith has been hurt a lot, okay? He's definitely hittable. Anthony Smith, 4.36 strikes absorbed per minute. That's not good for a guy with the power of Ryan Spain. He's going to have to keep himself upright and away from trouble early in that fight because Spain's going to try to get him out early, okay? But if we go to the second round or the third round, this is where Anthony Smith, I think, goes to work. You have to search for this bet. DraftKings has Anthony Smith by knockout, submission, TKO, everything except on the cards at plus 110. Okay, can't go the distance. It's got to stop within the 5 rounds at plus 110. I just don't think Ryan Spain's going to be able to go 5 rounds. Just don't see it. I think you're either talking about a submission or you're talking about a knockout for Anthony Smith. I think Ryan Span's going to get tired, and I think that's going to be the game plan for Anthony Smith. Kind of make a boring fight of it and then try to get after him in the later part of the rounds. Again, average fight time for Ryan Span is 5 minutes and 28 seconds. Dude's never gone to the fourth round, okay? So take him into the third round, drown the guy deep and get him really tired, and then go to work and either submit him or knock him out. These are light heavyweights. Smith's got a gas tank. Span, we don't know. I'm going Anthony Smith at plus 110, basically to win any way possible except on the cards for a half a unit. All right? So 2 plays for you guys to add on after we're done watching football. We're going to flip over and we're going to watch some fighting. I guess simultaneously because some of the games will be late at night, but we're going to watch these fights here in Vegas at the Apex simultaneously. We're going Circa and Gravely 2-leg moneyline parlay, minus 139 for a half a unit, and Anthony Smith plus 110 just to win the fight, but not on the cards. Every other way except on the cards for Anthony Smith. That bet's at DraftKings at plus 110 for us for a half a unit. Okay, so 2 UFC bets for you, 3 bets going on for college football. Let's have some fun here on a Saturday. I'll have the Discord bet. You guys are going to give it to me. So we'll see where we go with the Discord bet. And who knows, there may be an ad or two depending on how the day is going to go. We'll see how it all kind of shapes up here. But I will talk to you at 8 o'clock in the morning Pacific time, 11 a.m. Eastern time for the Discord bet conversation where you guys will get to vote on what bet to make for the Discord bet coming up here today for a Saturday. My name is Matt Perrault. You can follow me on Twitter at SportsTalkMatt each and every morning. It's the Daily Juice Podcast right here on BettingPros.com. Always being brought to you by BetMGM.